Hey friends, thank you so much for watching. Today I wanted to share some breastfeeding must-haves and breastfeeding tips. I breastfed my first son Liam all the way up until he was 2 years old, and I took a nursing lactation type of class before I gave birth to Liam, but then I forgot everything. So when I had Jacob, I didn't take those classes and I was left starting to learn things all over again. So that's why I decided to make this video. When I had Jacob, my nipples started bleeding and nursing was just, it was brand new again, even though I had breastfed Liam for 2 years. And then I ended up going to a lactation consultant and she gave me some tips. So I wanted to share those tips for you guys and share some products that might help you guys throughout your breastfeeding journey with your little one. I want to make more videos like this, like a newborn must-haves video. Any other ideas that you guys have in mind, please let me know, because being a mom is what I'm passionate about, so it's the types of videos that I plan to film more than ever, so I'm really excited about that. So the first thing that I wanted to share when I saw my lactation consultant after having Jacob was that my nipples were so sore and cracked, and I was exclusively breastfeeding Jacob, but at that time, every time I fed him, I felt so much pain, it hurt so bad that I needed to do something. So what I did was I ended up purchasing Lancino, and babies put it in their mouths, so it's safe for anything. Lancino is even a product that is now used for lip glosses. It's really thick though. So Lancino kind of helped it, but what I learned from the lactation consultant is that your own breast milk heals you better than anything else. So what you do is you squeeze a little bit of your breast milk with your hand, and then you grab some of that breast milk and you rub it all over your breast or the areas that are cracked and sore, and it heals it faster. And I have to tell you, it worked way faster than Lancino. Lancino was just kind of like a salve that was moisturizing it but not really doing much for it. But my own breast milk healed the cracks, and after that I didn't have any more problems, and I got a proper latch. And what the nursing consultant told me, the reason why my nipples were cracked was because I did not put all of my breast into Jacob's mouth, and you have to pretty much not just the nipple, you have to put the entire surrounding area of your nipple. That's how the baby gets a lot more of the milk. So that's why my breasts were cracked and bleeding, and after that it was no longer cracked and bleeding. There's a lot of different types of positions that you can hold your baby. Find what works for you. Some moms who have really large breasts find that the football hold works better for them. I like the cradle hold, where I'm just holding him like this, cradling him. And what I learned throughout my journey breastfeeding was that in the beginning, when I first had my first son Liam, I thought that I needed those special nursing type of pillows, but at the end of the day, what I found the most comfortable was just a regular pillow, because it carried the baby and it was really soft, and I just prefer regular pillows. But if you guys like those types of specialty pillows, definitely get yourself one as well. What I think that every breastfeeding mama should have is a really good breast pump. And this is the one that I like to use. This is by Medela, and I got this as a gift from my mother-in-law Sharon and father-in-law Steve. They gave this to me when I was pregnant with Liam, and it has lasted for 2 kids, so that's awesome. This is the Medela pump, and what I really like to do is it comes with a kit. It comes with bottles, flanges, and things like that. But what I like to do while I pump is I like to sometimes wear this. So you put it like this. You put your nipple in here like this, and then the flange like that. And then you okay, is that too TMI? And then you do this and you wear it as a bra, and your hands free when you're pumping, which is really great. And also what I like to do that I found very helpful when breastfeeding is that If I feel a letdown, I will pump immediately. That way it alleviates any type of pain that I have. And I also get a storage of milk, which is great because I'm able to run errands if I have milk stored in the freezer as well as the fridge. And when you're exclusively breastfeeding, you have to have like a backup supply if you need to run errands without your baby. I really love the breast pump I have. I even use it when we're on road trips. I'll pump in the back and like I have a battery right here, so it works even without having to put it in any outlets, which is really great. And what I learned, I get more milk out of breast pumping with a different flange. So this one is compatible to Medela, but it is a different brand. I found this on Amazon and I like it because it's tilted and it's larger, so I feel like it just sucks out more. And I've tried the old one and this one it's just perfect. Like I think it's made perfectly and angled perfectly for the breast and for the milk to come out. And what I learned is that you have to replace these tiny little inserts right here, and that way, because you know it kind of gets dull after a while, and when you replace it you'll notice that you'll get a little bit more milk from it. So what I learned from a lactation consultant is that we're supposed to wait about a month until we give the baby a binky or give the baby breast milk through the bottle, and that's because we want to establish breastfeeding. With the second baby, I learned that I could do it faster. When I went to the lactation consultant, she was like, oh, you're good. You can start giving your baby a binky as early as 2 weeks and giving your baby a bottle as early as 2 weeks if you wanted to, just because she watched me breastfeed, and then they would weigh Jacob after I breastfed and they saw that he was getting a good amount of milk, and they were like, okay, you're good at this, you're okay, you can go ahead and do whatever you need to do. So we started giving him binkies. It helped him relax, but we also started giving him bottles of my pumped milk, and that helped. Like in the middle of the night, if I like was so desperate for sleep, I would ask Justin, like, can you help me, can you feed Jacob while I get like an extra hour while you're doing this? And you know, it was really helpful. And so I found some bottles that I found were really great alternative to like the nipple, because you don't want it to be like a really fast flow. You want it to kind of mimic your nipple. So I found a couple bottles. The Medela bottle that comes with the pump set works really well. I love that one. And then the Tummy Tippy, I've used this one with Liam. And then this one I recently discovered on Amazon. This is by Komotomo, and they all are like a slow flow and they mimic breastfeeding. But here's the thing, I thought that my breastfeeding Jacob, I had a slow flow, but then I ended up finding out that I was overproducing, and my letdown was so strong that it would like start flowing and flowing and flowing. If you have a very heavy letdown and your breast milk just comes out like kind of squirts out, what I noticed that's very helpful are these nursing pads. You put them in your bras and it'll kind of absorb any extra milk that you may have. And also in between feeding, if you notice that your baby's struggling with catching up and keeping up with drinking all the milk that you're supplying, let your baby have a breather and just use the nursing pads to kind of absorb some of that extra milk that's flowing out. Or better yet, what I like to do is when I'm breastfeeding Jacob, I'll sit on the couch with this pump and I will like feed Jacob on one side of my breast, which is usually my left, and then on my right I'll start pumping, and I can go hands-free if I wanted to, if I was wearing that special bra that I showed you guys. Well, it's not really a bra, but it helps. It's called Pump Ease, and you can pump, hands-free. So that's really great if you guys wanted to try that. If you're looking to increase your breast milk supply, try doing that. Try pumping after feeding your baby, and it'll kind of stimulate your nipples and make you pump more, because the more you're pumping or the more your nipples are stimulated, the more milk you're going to make. So when I'm at home with Jacob, I don't cover up as far as like breastfeeding him. It's natural, it's nothing to cover up, but when we're out in a public setting like at a restaurant or when I'm with family members like my in-laws, I like using this nursing wrap. It's really great and it's lightweight and it looks like this. It kind of just looks like an apron in a way, but it's, you know, a long apron. And this one is really cute because it's got one pocket. I actually want to get more of these. This one was a gift from my parents-in-law, David and Susan, but I know that they got it on Amazon because it was on my little baby registry. So I definitely want to get more because it's nice and thin. And you know, when it's in the dirty bin or you're doing laundry and you don't have it, you know, this is great. But what I also find really great are just, you know, blankets that you may have around the house. Those are great. The blankets that you use to swaddle your baby, those are wonderful. The ones that I like using are by Aiden and Anais. They are fantastic, really thin, so it's not like, they're breathable, so it's not like you feel hot in them even on a summer day. So let's talk about comfort as far as nursing. So when you're nursing, especially a newborn or a baby that's very young, Jacob is 2 months right now, all your clothes have to be easily accessible for you to, you know, start nursing your baby. So what I like to wear are tops that are stretchy. Like this may have a high neckline, but trust, it is very stretchy. I can pull it all the way down to breastfeed Jacob. And the thing is, you can find a lot of really cute like nursing tops everywhere online, you know, like Destination Maternity, Old Navy, H&M has this line called Mama, Target, I go on Amazon. I'm an Amazon addict. And Zulily. There's so many places. The only thing that I look for when it comes to nursing is, can I access it through here, the very top, or through the very bottom? This works for both ways. Like this top I bought from Zulily because I can access it like from the top, but it's also long and very loose that I could just lift it and breastfeed Jacob that way. And so you don't necessarily have to find things that say nursing friendly. You can just find things that are loose right here. Like this is a V-neck top dress, and anything V-neck that's stretchy you can definitely breastfeed in. And then these are my go-to. Like I live in these, you guys. I have to show you. I highly recommend it. This is by Jessica Simpson. They are nursing shelf cami tanks, and you snap off this part and then you're ready to breastfeed. Do you guys see that? You just snap them off and it's fantastic. I don't even wear a bra with it because it has some padding. It's not thick padding, but it's enough padding that my nipples don't show. And if I need extra coverage, where are those pads that I got? These ones I bought on Amazon, like these little washable pads. I put it in and it'll absorb any excess milk that I may have. And so I have a variety from the Jessica Simpson brand, and it was on sale a while ago. It was like 10 bucks, so I got a bunch of them. So I have it in blue, I have it in that pink that I just showed you, a cobalt blue, I have it in pink, in all sorts of colors. And then when I was pregnant with Liam, I believe I got this at Target. And the reason why I know is because it's Gilligan O'Malley. This is really great too, but it doesn't have the padding, so your nipples will show when you wear these kinds. I actually need to stop by Target and see if they sell more of these, just because I really like nursing tanks, like specific nursing tanks that have like the built-in bra, because on a hot day you don't want to like wear so many layers. And then as far as bras, what I really love, I even wore this throughout my entire pregnancy, because you know how your boobs, they grow so quickly. They look like this. They're little like sleeping bras, I call them, but they're great for nursing. One of the pad is missing, but trust me, I'll find it and I'll put it back. But I like it because it does have a pad, so it's not thin, not so thin that, you know, your nipples show. And they stretch really well. They even have some that I actually searched on Amazon that had like the, you know, that you can clip it off, but this is so stretchy that you could just pull it off. And I'm actually wearing a green one right now, and I just want to stand up and show you guys like how it looks and like the shape of it. Like you guys can see, you can't see the nipple, like it looks normal, it's comfortable. You can wear it to sleep, you can wear it all day, every day, you can wear it running errands. It doesn't look like, you know, like a really thin bra. It has enough support if you pull up the straps as well. And then there are two bras, like the traditional looking bras that I have. I recently discovered this from Target, you guys. It's a really good Target brand. It is by Gilligan O'Malley, Nursing Everyday Bra. I believe it was like under $20 when I bought it. So this is great. It has the snaps where you can snap off to breastfeed. And this one is really soft. It's wireless. What I learned from a lactation class is to not get anything with wires, because when you're engorged, it could like really hurt your breast. Like when it's like, because you know how wires shape your breast, and when you're engorged, you don't want it to shape your breast or anything like that, because it could really hurt. So definitely go for wireless bras. And then this is another bra that I've had ever since like forever. I mean, ever since I had Liam. This one is just, I don't even know the brand. I think it was like a random purchase on Zulily. I like using Zulily for a lot of nursing things, because Zulily specializes in a lot of maternity clothes, and they always have like a nursing section. So I always go on the site and I click nursing, and they have like nursing bras, nursing tanks, nursing tops, nursing pajamas, all of that. So let's talk about increasing breast milk supply. So at the time when I thought that my breast milk supply was decreasing, a lactation consultant told me to take fenugreek pills. And so I started taking fenugreek pills, and it really increased my milk supply. And my friend Sam, also known as Samich on YouTube, she actually sent me fenugreek pills and told me the same thing, because she had 2 daughters and she nursed them as well, and her supply was fantastic. So 2 people have told me to take fenugreek pills, and they have worked. So they really do work. I'll show you guys, or I'll link below the one that I used before. If your baby falls asleep on the boob and you want your baby to drink a little bit more so that they'll stay full, what I learned is that remove all of your baby's clothes except for the diaper. Hold your baby, have that nice skin to skin connection with your baby, and because they are not fully dressed and warm, and when they're cold they'll drink more because it keeps them awake. If you're breastfeeding exclusively, definitely don't go on any diets. Don't worry about that. Just, you know, continue to eat what you want to eat. There are certain foods that help increase breast milk. I will list my Pinterest board down below, or link it below, because I love that Pinterest board. I read that flaxseed helps, so I put that in my oatmeal. Oatmeal helps with breast milk supply. Almonds, avocados, a whole list of food that helps with increasing your breast milk supply. Sometimes I make a smoothie and I add flaxseed as well as chia seeds, and that helps with breast milk supply. I add almond milk in there, strawberry, banana, you know, anything that I want, and as long as you add. I also, brewer's yeast helps with breast milk supply, but I do not like the flavor of brewer's yeast, so I kind of stopped using brewer's yeast in my smoothies. But there's so many different smoothies recipes out there, lactation cookies that you can buy to try and see if you like it, or make yourself. I found it all over on Pinterest. I'll link it down below if you guys want to check it out. But I hope this video was helpful, and if you guys like this video and want more of these types of videos, please give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in my next video. Bye friends!